Hi everyone, my name is Julie. This is Keep Calm with Books and Coffee, and today I'm going to be talking about Clean Sweep by Lon Andrews. This is the first installment in the Innkeeper Chronicles by the Andrews, which is a urban fantasy sort of paranormal-y series that also kind of crosses over into the sci-fi genre. The magic in this series is basically described by our main character as technology that's so far advanced that people don't understand it, and therefore it's magic. So that's kind of what we're working with here. In this, we follow Dina, who is a young innkeeper. She has recently acquired her inn, and inns are waypoints on Earth that are neutral ground. People use them for what inns are used for, to stay, to rest, to recuperate, whatever. But the visitors that Dina gets are aliens. She is part of a network of inns that serve people from across the galaxy that stop on Earth, but Earth doesn't know that this exists. Like, regular people don't know that these aliens exist. They are things of legend, like werewolves and vampires come from the aliens that visit us. And Dina's top two priorities are the safety of her guests as well as keeping this secret. So when something starts happening in her neighborhood that is something is attacking local pets, she realizes that this is something that could expose her secrets to Earth, and she tries to enlist some help in the local werewolf as well as some other people to help her stop this. So I love this series. I have read it before and this is a reread for me, but I wanted to talk about it because I think it's such a great crossover series. I think it would appeal to so many people. There is so much in here. Like I said, there's fantasy bits, there's sci-fi bits, it's on Earth, so it's not super unfamiliar. We deal with a lot of the legends that we are familiar with, like I said, with werewolves and vampires, but it's also got a little bit of romance, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of domestic life. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy this series, so I wanted to talk about it today. The big trigger warning or content warning for this series, I would say, is the pet death that I talked about. The alien creature that has come to Earth is hunting down, it's a predator, and the pet deaths in here are a little bit gruesome, and they are talked about a lot right at the beginning, but then when we get past that, it doesn't continue throughout the book, but there are a couple of scenes with that in it. I will list the other trigger warnings and content warnings down below if you want to check those out, but I think that's the most immediate concern here. I talk quite frequently on this channel about the Andrews and their world building, and I think they do such a good job in this series of building the world of the inns on Earth and also building the world that Dina knows is out there. She talks a lot about the galaxy and how she's visited it. She talks about people who are out there, like her family members. Another key piece of this series is that Dina's parents disappeared. They were innkeepers, and one of her goals in life is to try and find them again, and opening the inn and having visitors, having people walk past her family portrait is a big part of her life, hoping that she will be able to find her parents again. Like I said, lots of moving pieces, but it is like a novella length, so it packs a punch. I do think that the sort of plot development isn't the strongest. Everything makes sense to me. How everything comes together is good. It's just not the most in-depth, deep, hard-hitting story ever, but sometimes we need a comfort read, and that's basically what these are. They are warm and easy reads. They're palate cleansers. All of those type of descriptors are perfect for this series. Dina as a character, I think, is a really good main character. She's strong, she knows what she's talking about, she pulls the reader along with her and explains things. What I should say is the Andrews kind of space out the info, so you're getting a lot because it's a novella and they have to pack it all in, but I think they do a pretty good job of sprinkling it throughout the book rather than it being one huge info dump at the beginning. For me, the romance elements in here are fun and cute. They're not a huge part of the plot or the story, but there is a little bit of romantic tension there. There is a little bit of a love triangle in this series, but I think what I love about the Andrews is that even if there is a love triangle, quote unquote, it's more like we have a second person who, I think it's pretty obvious, I should say, who the true love interest is. There might be someone else on the side who is, you know, part of the picture, but I think you pick up what the Andrews are saying is going to be the final love connection without it being too much back and forth. After reading so many of their books, I think you start to develop a sense with who they're gonna put together as the couple, but there are some other people around for options and maybe jealousy and some interesting scenes, but it's never too complicated or too much of a love triangle, which I personally like. This series is overall a lot of fun. Like I said, there's great world building. Our characters are fantastic. I personally really find the plots and the just way that the story is told really easy to follow and really fun to read. So I definitely recommend this, especially if you're sort of into any one of these genres and want to explore another one. Like if you like sci-fi and want to have a little bit of romance in there, or fantasy and a little bit of romance. These are just very fun, light, fluffy reads that will definitely make your day better, or at least they always make my day better. So I highly recommend this series, and I just wanted to talk about it today. But that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts or feelings or want to share anything about this series down below, please let me know. You can also subscribe while you're down there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye!